So I'm super excited to introduce my friend Mel Bergen. Mel is an appraiser with Red River Appraisals, and she is a friend of mine, but also one of those people that you might meet when you're buying a home. Mel, can you tell us the role that an appraiser plays in the home buying process?
For sure. Typically, when someone's purchasing a home, the bank will order an appraisal because they want to mitigate their risk and they need it for the risk department. From the home buyer's perspective, it just verifies that you're not overpaying for your home and that your asset will be secured.
Let's talk about maybe a little difference between, city or in-town properties versus acreages, because those are two different animals, right? What adds value, what doesn't add value when we're talking about an acreage?
Well, I think probably something to consider over that would be that depending on the lending institution, each lending institution has rules on how much acres they can include and if outbuildings can be included, and if so, how many of them. So there can be constraints on a 5, 10, 15 acre parcel. So even though you have 80 acres, they may not want that valued, or they'll want that as a separate broken out value.
Okay.
And also because, again, they're based on city homes. So if there's an attached garage, they'll say that's sufficient and they won't want the value necessarily on outbuildings, which of course, if you're buying an acreage, is a huge value to you and use, right? Whether it's for animals or for equipment or whatever. So that's something to consider as well, to know what is included. Because then if you have to exclude large assets or portions of the property, you will not hit purchase price.
Okay, you keyed in on something, and just even when you're building a house, like I work with a lot of new home builders and clients that are going through a build, and sometimes they are really stressing to make it custom to them.
Sure.
And it's one of those things where I'm saying, that the value of these things may not translate to everybody. So that is very.
But something to consider, and so when people ask me that, will this add value? Well, it depends what your purpose is. Like a spec builder, they're trying to sell these homes, right?
Yeah.
And appeal to as many buyers as possible.
Yeah.
So their goal is to sell immediately. But if you're building your, dream home, then that value will translate over the years that you're using it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so even though it, there may not be a dollar amount attached to it in terms of an increase in value, that's what you want. You're going to live there for 20 years. That's the value right there.
Okay. So just a couple of quick tactile questions.
Sure.
How long does it take to get an appraisal done?
Typically the turnaround's pretty quick. Banks usually want it with 3-day turnaround, and then even quicker in rush situations. But yeah, usually it's a 3 business day turnaround.
Who usually arranges the appraisal? Is it the bank or does a home buyer, and under what circumstances?
Most often the bank will order a residential appraisal, but individuals can order their own private appraisal. The only caveat to that is some institutions have rules about how their appraisals get ordered and they may not accept it. So I always warn people, don't order your own unless your bank already said that they will approve it. Because who wants to pay for something and not get accepted, and then you have to pay for it again?
Pay for it twice.
Just because of kind of red tape. So.
Yeah. New homes, there's also appraisals that happen through different stages. Is that somebody like you who does those appraisals at the different stages of a build?
Yeah, so typically when there's a new build, we'll do what's called a full formal appraisal for what the build is projected to be, and then we do progress inspections along the way to confirm that what they said is being built, the right size and the right location. We've had incidences where properties were built not on the lot they thought they were on, and so on. So getting progress is it actually just protects you to make sure that only the money is being advanced of things that have been completed.
Yeah. And then lastly, if I'm doing a home renovation, sometimes I'll need to get an appraisal for the bank so that they can grant me the funds that I want to do my renovation. So, do you do an appraisal for as it is or as it's going to be?
And the answer to that is it depends. Most often the bank will want both, because they'll want the as-is value so that they'll know what the base value is that they can start their draws on, and then they'll want the as-if complete so they know the difference, and then,
Very interesting. So then you're speculating on what you think it's going to look like once it's finished, based upon the specs that they probably give you.
Exactly.
And you can do that.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mel. I appreciate your time. Thanks for having coffee with me today.
Yes, of course.
And cheers.
Cheers.